Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and in this video there is a very big news for everyone who wanted to go to the Philippines as a tourist. I didn't wanted to make this video unless they release the travel guidelines, but a lot of you guys wanted to know about it clearly. So guys, if you are following the Philippines update, then I am sure you are familiar with the Jennifer Terry's channel and literally saying she is the best for all the Philippines updates because I cover updates of different countries and she only covers news of one country, which is the Philippines. So hey guys, this is your host Nixon Rivera and let's start our today's video. So first of all, I want to say that this video will be in English, and if you want to watch it in Hindi, then just watch this video till the end. I will say something in Hindi at last of this video, okay? So guys, most of you already heard the news that the finally Philippines is open for tourists, and that news is 100% accurate, and it's not like they are studying it or talking about it, and they already have approved the new rules that they will open for tourists from green lane countries. There's also a good news for yellow list countries, but the biggest news is only for green lane travelers, guys. So day before yesterday, I uploaded a video of meeting of Gwen Garcia ma'am that she has really desperate to open the tourism of the Philippines, and even she wanted tourists to come to the Cebu only because the IATF was not opening the whole country for tourists. And also before few days, President did Q&A with the IATF members and they asked the IATF few questions about their senseless travel rules. And we already know that their rules were senseless since months, but we had no power. I know many of us are more smarter than the IATF and most of us have common sense, unlike the IATF who is making stupid rules all the time. And now finally, after doing too much drama, they have approved a proposal that they must now open for international tourists from green lane countries for now. Even Christmas is on the way and many boyfriends want to be with their Filipina girlfriends. Many hearts have been broken in these COVID situations because most of the Filipinas can't stay in LDR at all. And don't feel bad if you feel hurt, but the reality of Filipinas is just money and sex. So if your girlfriend is still with you even after this long delay in opening of the Philippines, then never let her go because she is an angel in your life, boys. So guys, the Department of Tourism said that the Philippines would welcome international tourists for leisure travel soon. And this development came after Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat announced on Friday that the Interagency Task Force on the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases (IATF), which is also called a useless group, has approved in principle the entry rules of fully vaccinated tourists from green list countries, territories, jurisdictions upon the request of the agency. And the request of the agency means on the request of the tourism agency, means the tourism department. Na? If the IATF would have denied this proposal of Department of Tourism this time, then they would have no answer to give it in next Q&A with the higher officials of them. If you have not seen the meeting video of the IATF and the president, then you must go to the channel of the Eaton Squad. In the meeting, officials were in their meeting, officials were asking the IATF about their census rules, and the IATF members were so embarrassed and we are acting like a mice in front of a lion because they are just getting paid for nothing. They are not working at all. So let's talk about green countries now. As we already know that travelers from green countries must be fully vaccinated and must have a RT-PCR test from their country of origin to avail the green lane, and they don't need to do a on-arrival COVID test in the Philippines or any kind of quarantine in the Philippines on their arrival. So finally, Philippines has approved that they will open, but we don't have a exact date that when they will open, and also they haven't given any kind of rules and guidelines for tourists like visa on arrival facility will be available or not, and what will be the rules that a tourist needs to follow, like no quarantine now or test and go rule like Thailand. If they implement the test and go rule, then there could be two things. First is that they may need to book a quarantine hotel for one night on their arrival so they can stay there until their result of on arrival COVID test will be released, and if it's negative then you can go and roam. And the second rule might be like they will say you have to do a on arrival antigen test, and generally the result of antigen test comes quickly. Then after your result you can go out from the airport. These are the possibilities about what could be the new guidelines. I don't want to make this video unless they give us guidelines, but I am still making this. Puyat ma'am said that the entry of foreign tourists would follow the guidelines that would be finalized and approved by the IATF. It means the IATF will, if the IATF will say test and go rule, means we have to follow the test and go rules, and if this will say no on arrival COVID test, means we will be free after going there. The Department of Tourism said a special technical group on travel has been tasked to craft the state guidelines for the final approval of the IATF, and we are already familiar with the special technical group too. They haven't done anything big yet. And now talking about the yellow countries, I'm not sure if they will be allowed as a tourist in the Philippines because they are from yellow countries. But what I am sure is that travelers from yellow countries will have to do a shorter quarantine of 3 days instead of 5 days, guys. And they can avail a shorter quarantine only if they are vaccinated. And if they are not vaccinated, then 7 days quarantine. If vaccinated, then 3 days quarantine. And most of us are already vaccinated. Now we have to travel abroad. We are educated, and we know that the vaccine is important to protect us, guys. And there are still only few fools who are not vaccinated. So those fools will follow the 7 days quarantine. And for now, as I said, I am not sure if they will open tourist visa for yellow countries, but they have already give confirmation for the green countries already. But it doesn't mean that the rule is that rule is for forever, and their mind changes suddenly always. And they might also allow tourists from green countries with 3 days quarantine, and 3 days quarantine is not a big deal anymore. And even I have heard some foreign boyfriends of Filipinas saying that they are ready to do even 21 days quarantine even after getting vaccinated just to enter in the Philippines. So 3 days quarantine is not a big deal at all, and I will pray for all those couples who stayed strong during these hard times, because my Filipina has cheated me already. So stay happy, and God bless all the couples watching this video. Anyway, what I was trying to say is the opening of tourism is already confirmed, but the IATF didn't give us any kind of travel rules yet, and they might announce it on 22 to 25 November. I am talking about the new travel rules, okay, for tourists. And tourism might start from 23 to 1st of December, and they might start tourism from 1 December or maybe earlier, because we just can't trust or believe in mind of Filipinos. So it can happen anytime, guys. I will make another video if they will issue the guidelines for international tourists. I wish they also open for tourist visa for yellow countries along with the green countries. It's okay even if yellow countries will have to do a 3 days quarantine. And personally, me, I am from a green country, but I still wish they must open for yellow countries too. But there are some idiots in the comment box who pray like, oh, US must be in the green list, oh, Canada must be in the green list. So idiots, don't act like a fool and pray that the Philippines open for every country without quarantine. Don't only think about yourself, don't be selfish and change your thinking like me. I am from a green country and I don't give a damn if they will open for yellow countries or not. But still we are hoping and praying that they will open for yellow countries too. अब गाइस मैं वो पार्ट बोलने वाला हूँ जो मेरे को हिंदी में आप लोगों को समझाना था, इंग्लिश बहुत लोगों को नहीं आती। तो क्या है, फिलीपींस ओपन हो गया है ग्रीन लिस्ट वालों के लिए, जिसमें इंडिया का भी नाम आता है, ठीक है। 44 कंट्रीज के लिए ओपन हुआ है फिलीपींस टूरिस्ट के लिए, जिसमें इंडिया का भी नाम आता है। इंडिया में कोविड केसेस जैसे कम हो गया था ना अभी, तो थोड़े दिन पहले मतलब शायद 16 तारीख से ही इंडिया को ग्रीन लिस्ट में डाल दिया है। मतलब आप अगर इंडियंस वहाँ जाएंगे तो फिर इंडियंस का कोई भी क्वारंटीन नहीं होगा, ठीक है। जैसे कि आपको एक 72 आवर्स का पहले का वैक्सीनेशन मतलब कोविड टेस्ट लेके जाना पड़ेगा पीसीआर वाला, और आपका वैक्सीनेशन का प्रूफ और वीज़ा होना चाहिए आपके पास। इसके बाद आप वहाँ जाओगे तो आपको कोई भी क्वारंटीन नहीं होगा इंडियंस का। ये तो था एसेंशियल ट्रैवलर्स के लिए रूल। अब जो टूरिस्ट के लिए रूल आएगा उसमें हो सकता है आपका टेस्ट एंड गो, मतलब वहाँ पे आपको पीसीआर टेस्ट करवाना पड़ेगा, एक नाइट आपको होटल में रुकना पड़ेगा, नेगेटिव आया तो आप फ्री हो, पॉजिटिव आया तो क्वारंटीन करना पड़ेगा। और एक रूल ये हो सकता है कि आपको एयरपोर्ट पर ही एंटीजन टेस्ट करवाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। उसके बाद जैसे एंटीजन टेस्ट आपका नेगेटिव आया उसके बाद आप बाहर जा सकते हो। तो ये रूल है। और जैसे जैसे मतलब फिलीपींस वालों को टूरिस्ट के लिए रूल आएगा उसके बाद मैं आपको ये वीडियो और बना के बताता रहूँगा कि इंडियंस कैसे जा सकते हैं। और इस ग्रुप के मतलब इसके डिस्क्रिप्शन में जाना, आप वहाँ पे मेरे इंस्टाग्राम का आईडी आप मेरे को मैसेज कर सकते हो, क्योंकि मैं भी वहीं जाने वाला हूँ। और एक साथ चलेंगे तो ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा। अगर फ्लाइट नहीं भी मिल रही है तो हम लोग चार्टर कर सकते हैं। अगर 130-140 लोग मिल गए ना तो अपन A320 या फिर A321 ऐसे फ्लाइट्स को अपन चार्टर कर सकते हैं, एयर इंडिया या इंडिगो से, ठीक है गाइज। तो एक बार डिस्क्रिप्शन चेक करना, मेरे को मैसेज कर देना। So that's it guys for this video. I hope everything is clear to you all, and don't worry, I will make another video whenever the guidelines will be released. Thanks for watching and have a good day.